going. Y'all say.
Oh, hey guys.
Hi. I thought you said like you're about to.
Yeah.
That's
know
how
you're
you
on.
want to get people excited.
Hi. Happy Sunday.
Hi everyone.
Happy spring break to Jen.
Thank you. Much needed.
So jelly. So jelly.
What's up, Wolfie?
What
Fran?
up? Thanks for joining.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta open my beer. Here we go. What's up, gang?
What up?
I know we aren't normally doing Sundays. This is just a one-off.
You all said that last time, and then we did like one the next weekend or whatever.
No. I'm saying
I was
to
very
do
specific
Sunday.
in when we should do this. Every
You are the
other
one.
Saturday.
You were the one that
and
said
since I
Sunday.
said that, it's been like Sundays and Tuesdays, like just weird things.
Then let me set the expectation now.
All right.
While we're all here.
Let me look at my calendar first.
Your calendar is a Saturday.
I know, but I have something on April 12th. I don't remember if that's that's a Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
Okay,
So
we're good.
April 11th is our next recording day, which is a Saturday. Got it?
Got it.
1 o'clock Eastern-ish.
2 o'clock record time or 1 o'clock record time?
Oh my Lord.
I would say let's shoot for a 1 o'clock record time if you're able to, but it's up to you.
It is
You're the
so
one that has
simple.
to drive an hour. So
Every other Saturday at 1 o'clock. How are we?
Well, because I wasn't sure if she meant 1 o'clock me arrive or 1 o'clock we start. Can we say 1:30 start recording? Because I have an appointment at 11 on
of course.
Saturday.
All right, 1:30.
I'll start making them at 10 o'clock. So I can get here for 1.
What's up, everybody? So, if you're watching this, this is live for our members on Patreon. So, if you want to see this live, I'm going to make this public after, so like right after. But you can watch us every other Saturday or whenever. We'll do 2 episodes today, and they're both really interesting. The first one's crazy. The second one's even crazier. And no one's ever done these stories ever.
That may or may not be a true statement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's probably
make sure
just an
you stay
exaggeration.
tuned for the second episode if you want to watch.
It's good to see everyone. Lauren, aloha.
Yes.
Welcome. So yeah, we're here on an off schedule day, but that's okay.
Yep. Sweet. All right. Well, let's get going.
All right. Well, I have a couple of people to shout out who joined as paid members. So thank you to Courtney and Sam for joining our paid membership on Patreon. So these shots are for you. Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. Maybe I should start saying that the song is for people and the shots are for us.
What's up, Wolfie? Lauren, Shram, what's up, guys?
I mean, that is a true statement, but it's for Wolfie. You got your shot ready? Wolf, she's like, "Are we doing one?"
Oh, you doing a shot with us?
I thought Wolfie wasn't drinking.
She may not have. You may have been taking a break. You can take a shot of juice.
Yeah, whatever.
Some soda, whatever.
Cheers,
you know?
guys.
Cheers.
What was that? It was like nothing. It was nothing.
She was making it up to me after last week.
That wasn't even alcohol. Was that like 1%?
It's the
Pineapple rum.
Malibu pineapple rum.
Delightful. I do like the pineapple instead of the coconut.
Yeah, I do too. You know, I realized, I think maybe I said this last time or a couple times ago, like, you realize you're growing up when, like, you're pouring the surprise shots and you're like, oh shit, like.
Don't make it too bad. Don't make it too bad. Yeah. But I'm also, when I know we talked about at one point, do we keep doing the surprise shots? Like, have we outgrown this? And we decided, it's just like to us.
Well, I mean, it's we've been doing surprise shots since the first episode. So, so yes, we will suffer.
Wow, good for you, Wolfie. You gave up 85% of drinking.
That's great.
13 pounds. Lost another 13 pounds. You've lost 50 pounds in 6 months. That's amazing.
Send me your secret because I've been working on my fitness.
Post some before and after. Yeah, you lost weight, Jen.
I have.
Since last time you've been here too.
Well, I don't know how much weight I've lost exactly, but my fat has been converting to muscle, I think, because when I went to the doctor the other day, like, I was down since the last time I went to the doctor in January, but it was only like 4 pounds. So, like, it's, my body's changing. But that's all, that's the most important thing. I don't care about the number on the scale. I just need to get to a place where I'm healthy.
Feeling good. Get these guns, you know. John's got the pythons that he works on. That's what he calls
The pythons.
Literally just changed my diet. Haven't even started the exercising part. Good for you. That's awesome.
That's like,
it's true. It's all about what you eat.
Yeah, like when I was doing E2M and I was doing the exercise and diet, and then I couldn't exercise because I crashed my ankle on that stupid ass cobblestone. The eating, that's what, like, it was. I was still successful. I wasn't because I stopped. So.
Yep. It's all about what you eat, my friends, and drink. Apparently.
Yeah.
Drinking less.
I try not to drink during the week.
Yeah, it's like a good goal.
Yeah. It's harder.
Some weeks are easier than others,
Yeah.
I feel like. Some weeks I'm like, man, that glass of wine to top off that day sounds real good.
Yeah. My problem is, like, when I do drink, like, I can't just have one or two. Even though I know scientifically, like, your effects, like, you can't, it doesn't really matter how many you have. It's only after, like, the first or second drink that you start to get buzzed. Everything else doesn't make you feel more buzzed. It just makes you more sick. So.
Oh, I meant to pick up, maybe I'll pick this up for our next recording. Like I think Costco has sells one of these, but it's like a nootropic cocktail. So it's non-alcoholic, but it has lion's mane and other things in them to give you a relaxed feeling.
I forgot. I brought something for us to drink, and it's in my car, but we'll just do it next episode.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, we'll stop with the diet talk.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
There's background noises.
I wasn't listening to y'all anyway.
Yeah, no. You have absolutely no idea what we were just saying.
Yeah.
No. All right, let's go to the Google Earth here. This is a story that is going on right now, and no one. I mean, obviously it's been in the news, but for the scale of the person involved, for it not to be on anyone's radar, for y'all not to heard it. I mean, this is incredible that no one has really heard this story. And it is current now. This isn't the lemon pound cake. I know that's what you're thinking.
Damn it.
We're not doing the Afro Man.
Damn it.
I thought when he said that, I was like, oh, we're doing Afro Man.
Even though I've watched everything about the Afro Man, and oh my God. So I went to my cousin's wedding yesterday, and even my dad was like, did you watch those videos of Afro Man? I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. All right, hold on. I'm pulling up the Google Earth right now. Yeah, shit. Just give me a second. Y'all can talk. Y'all can just...
We're eagerly anticipating
Yes.
the beginning here.
All right, we're going to New Mexico tonight.
Ooh.
We're going to I'm trying to find the address of this effing place. Let's see. It won't show up on the Google Earth. We're going to Quail Run Court. I'll pull up the Google Earth. Oh, come on. Quail
His
Run,
Yeti koozie, Lauren. Yeah.
Nevada.
I
So
do like that
fancy.
it's not like, it doesn't sweat, and like, it's just nice. Get nice weight in your hand.
So fancy.
All right, y'all keep me entertained right quick. Come on now.
Are you not entertained?
No, I'm trying to find this. It's not pulling up on the Google Earth, which is kind of crazy.
What are you guys doing for Easter?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What are you
Chilling.
doing?
Nothing. You guys can come over if you want.
I was gonna say the same, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, we don't have anything
Yeah.
planned. Our neighbors had invited us over. We were like, oh, we might have to go to John's family,
Oh yeah.
but I don't think we're gonna do anything.
It is the same day as the NCAA national championship for the women.
Yeah.
So
Did you do a bracket this year?
I did. Just like everyone else in the world, my brackets are busted, but like...
Who did you have winning the whole thing?
Well, UConn for both.
Are they still in it?
They are, but like my bracket is like, just because UConn's still in it doesn't mean that like my bracket was right. So I did a couple of different brackets this year. One bracket that I did was a traditional bracket, and another one was it's a different style. So there's 8 people, and because there's 4 conferences, north, south, east, west, whatever, you get 2 teams per like conference. It's not really the same conferences like the SEC or Big Ten, whatever. I'm just calling them conferences. I don't know what the actual term is, but so you get 2 teams, and each there's like, you pull numbers. So I might have pulled like number 2 and number 12. So if you and each person has those numbers. So the first person, they pick a team, then you go through, and then you go backwards. Well, we don't go backwards. It's not like, it's like a snake, but it's not necessarily a true snake drawing. So you get 2 per 4 things, and then each game is worth a certain amount of points. So if I had, for example, I'll stick with those 2 numbers. So if I had the number 2 team and the number 12 team, and someone else had the number 12 team, if I had the number 2 team and I won, I would get, in the first round, I would get 1 point because my team won. But if the other person won and they had the 12 seed, they would get 10. They were actually 11 points, 1 for the win and then 10 for the differential between the seeds.
Interesting.
And so you do that for each each one, and then your teams get eliminated and everything. So
all right, check it out, guys. This is where we're going to tonight. Quail Run Court. This is in Albuquerque, and you'll see the big mountains, the Sandia Mountains, right here. What do you think of New Mexico? Like when you first hear, okay, we're doing a story in New Mexico. What do you think of?
I hope Dee's doing okay.
Because I think of
that was my first thought.
I think of something.
Truth or Consequences?
Oh, shit. Yeah, Truth or Consequences. So, Truth or Consequences, that was, if you don't know that story, David Parker Ray, he had a torture chamber. These are nice houses right here. I
also think of, what's that show that Emma Stone and Nathan from Nathan For You did? The Curse.
I've not seen it.
And it's based in New Mexico.
Oh, I think of Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesse!
All right, so this is in the Sandia Mountains. This is a really upscale neighborhood. The neighborhood that we're going to tonight, and this just happened a month ago, so this story is extremely recent, still in the news. The Quail Run in Albuquerque, New Mexico, very upscale, extremely upscale community. They actually have cameras at both ends of the entrance and exit of this community that are always recording, which is pretty groundbreaking. Like, why does not all subdivisions have that? Like, it's so easy to just put some cameras up.
Now it is.
You see, but no one, does yours have it? Yours have cameras?
No, but I also don't have an HOA.
Oh. Anyway, cameras on both sides. We're going to Friday, February 27th, 2026. Yes, that was the day Resident Evil 9 Requiem came out. So.
Did you show everyone your watch? Show them again.
It's a
nice watch.
Beautiful house, a big backyard. At 10 a.m., a repairman arrives, and the man who answers the door of this house is a 68-year-old man, gray hair, really nice. He's a house owner. White hair, blue eyes, 5'11", 160 pounds. Calm, sharp. He interacts with this repairman. They do their business, yada, yada, yada. The repairman's there for about 54 minutes. At 11:10 a.m., this man, the house owner, his wife comes back home. She was at a medical appointment. She's home now at 11:10 a.m. The wife is also there with the repairman. At this time, she leaves for a medical appointment in the city. She's going to be gone for approximately an hour. She's going to come back and Less than an hour, at 12:04 p.m., she pulls up into the driveway, goes into the front door. Nothing out of the ordinary right now. Calls out for the husband. Where are you? Are you out back? Are you upstairs? What's going on? No answer. She goes to the kitchen. He's not in the kitchen. He's not in the yard. On the kitchen counter, the husband's cell phone. On the kitchen counter, beside the cell phone, is the husband's prescription glasses, which he needs. He's 68 years old. He needs those things.
And it's not like readers, like he needs them all the time.
No, they're like real glasses, not just readers. Also on the table, his fitness tracker. This man is extremely active. He just ran a 60-mile marathon a week ago.
Wow.
He is always hiking in the woods. Everything he does is...
He's an ultrathoner, I guess is what they're called.
Yeah.
That sounds awful to me.
For a 70-year-old.
60 miles. A regular marathon is 26.2.
Right.
So he is doing a more than double.
He hikes all the time. He's right there in the Sandia Mountains. Everything he does as far as physical training, which he takes extremely serious, is on his tracker. Everything. His heart rate is monitored, and he's in perfect health.
And it's also a GPS,
GPS locator, yeah. And that's 24 hours a day. Like, he's always wearing this thing, but especially if he was to go for a run, because the wife comes in the door and realizes his husband's not home. His glasses are here, and he does have sports goggles when he runs. His glasses are here. His phone is right there on the kitchen table. His fitness tracker. He is nowhere to be found. He's nowhere in the house, and she has checked everywhere. All right. Still, she waits because he does like to go hiking, and maybe he forgot all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe. Doesn't seem likely. But at 3:07, she finally calls the police, so 3 hours later, and says, my husband is missing. These are the details. They come out. They issue a silver alert that goes out at 7:06 p.m. that night. A silver alert is like an amber alert, but for a missing senior. A lot of times, seniors, they experience some fogginess. Maybe they have pre-Alzheimer's or whatever.
They wander.
And they can wander off. And in this part of New Mexico, not a great place to wander off. You got the mountains. You got a lot of animals. However, I do want to point out that these trails, he only runs and hikes on trails, overpopulated. Everyone is hiking on these things all the time. And plus, it's not like... I mean, the highest mountain, it's a mountain, but it's not like the Everest or something where there's deep gorges. You'd be able to see quite easily if he did go up in the mountains or whatever, or did a little hike. He's not falling down 10,000 feet into a gorge. Like, you'd be able to see him at the bottom real easy.
Well, because, I feel like the landscape in New Mexico, it's not like it's not like a deciduous area. Like, there aren't a whole lot of trees.
Barren.
Yeah, very
more barren.
Very deciduous.
I mean, that's the only word. I don't know. I know that's the type of tree, but I don't know if I use that word correctly, actually.
So what now? What do they do?
Sounded smart.
Thanks.
What would you do at this point?
Cry.
I'd be panicked. Yeah, I'd be panicked. I mean, I'd hop in the car, I guess, and go.
What I would do is going back to the earlier episode, check the security cameras at both ends of the street.
Oh, yeah.
Neither had got anyone leaving or coming that fits his description. His car is still there. No one walked out. He has a gate in the back, and he could go that way, but he's got to jump the gate. And neighbors have cameras. This guy disappeared. He's nowhere to be found. He's still in the house. No one knows. I mean, he's not in the house, but...
Right, but yeah.
He's not captured on any of the cameras.
No captured, no footage.
What about other people's, Ring cameras? Did they check those?
They checked all of those, nothing. So, this is just another missing senior. Nothing to see here, folks. This shouldn't even make national television, right? This was also going on the same time as
Nancy
the Guthrie case is going on. I don't think there is a paper that has linked the two, but it's the Telegraph, which is kind of a
it's a little sparse.
Yeah.
Well, a sparsely loose tied thread or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to be desperate to source that stuff. Like, we need some views.
They're connected.
They're connected.
Was there any resolution to that case?
No, she's still missing.
She dead.
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately.
All right. I'll just give you the guy's name. I mean, it's just a senior that goes missing. No biggie. Happens all the time.
Except
William McCasland goes by Neil. His resume's kind of light. Nothing here.
Oh my gosh, I know what this. I've heard this.
You haven't heard this before?
I mean, no one has covered it, but I have seen the headline.
No one has covered it.
I don't know if that's true. But we haven't talked about it. How's
Finally.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, of course we haven't talked about it. I don't think.
Go ahead.
You don't know what this is. What is it?
I don't want to say. All I know, I just know that literally the headline.
Yeah, the headline.
That's it. We have strict rules here. Don't talk about any, don't look at anything crime related.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let me just go through the guy's resume. It's a little light. This is just a regular senior, but I'll go through it anyway just for posterity. I don't know if that's the correct word to use. Born November 1957. His father was he served in the U.S. Air Force. Military, I'm just going through his resume. 1979. He graduated. This guy who went missing graduated the U.S. Air Force Academy. He got a Bachelor of Science in Astronautical Engineering. That's not aeronautical. That's astronautical. That's the stars and stuff. Let me see. I see here a little blip on the radar. Accepted to MIT. Completes his master's degree in aeronautical engineering in 1980. Takes him 1 year to do that.
Wow.
Returns to MIT. Earns his PhD in astronautical engineering in 1988.
Smart dude.
He gets a doctoral fellowship by the Hertz Foundation, which is one of the most elite science fellowships in the United States.
Oh, I was thinking rental cars.
Yes, that ties with the aeronautical engineering.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
So this foundation, if you go to their website, specifically says that it's reserved for students who have a potential to solve problems, quote, for critical national importance. His dissertation for his PhD was about civilian space travel. Just kind of little things here. He, let me see. First assignment, he joined the Air Force 1979. He was first assignment, Secretary of the Air Force Office of Special Operations. That's not a job that you can apply for. That's a job that you got to be. You got to be
top tier,
very top tier at MIT before you join the Air Force. Okay,
you get promoted into it.
It's not on the books,
right?
That's what I'm trying to say.
It like gets created for you.
It was created, but it's not public.
Got it.
I think. All right. Let me see. He joins the NRO, which is the National Reconnaissance Office, and he starts operating America's spy satellites. His very first job out of the Air Force Academy is managing programs that the Air Force has had that does not exist on paper. For instance, from 1980 to 1992, he rotates through the special programs 6, 8, and 13, which these are all lore. You can't look this up and say, oh, there's a job I'm going to apply for. All right, these are all underground lore. 6, 8, and 13, they're classified satellite payload management systems. He's not flying the planes here. He's orchestrating the complete global satellite for American surveillance and reconnaissance of the whole world in space. Like, he's not in space, but he's organizing all this stuff and he's managing all this stuff.
He is Space Force.
He's director of mission planning. Let me see. 1997 to 2000, he's chief engineer of NAVSTAR GPS Joint Program Office. 2000-2001, systems program director, space-based laser project office. 2001, commander of the Phillips Research Site at Kirkland Air Force Base in New Mexico. He is also, I mean, on and on and on. All these classifications, you just go down. Space and Missile Systems Center, and it's just year after year after year. Director of Space Acquisition from 2007 to 2009, working directly for the Pentagon. 2009 through 2011 gets really interesting. Director of the Special Programs for the Office of the Secretary of Defense. Mm-hmm. Do you know what this is for real? There's no way you've heard of this.
I like I said, I've only seen the headline of said disappearance.
So as he's working for the special programs for the Secretary of Defense, and at the same time, he's also working as the Executive Secretary of the Special Access Programs for the Oversight Committee, SAPOC, which is the hot topic in government research right now. Extremely talked about. That is directly with the Department of the Defense. The special access programs. Do you see what I'm kind of going with here?
Yeah, he has inside access to government information.
Top secret clearance.
He's highly classified. He shouldn't be missing. From
2011 and above, the programs officially are not on the paper. They're over top secret. They're not even They're not even written on paper, the programs he's in. They don't have code names. There's nothing. These are, if you remember the episode with Phil Schneider, the whistleblower who worked on black budget projects.
Yep.
So the black budget is like a slush fund that the U.S. has. It's billions of dollars that's unaccounted for. It's accounted for, but it's not on official record, that is used for stuff that we don't know about. Security or whatever. For the Phil Schneider case, it was building underground military bases and keeping aliens from killing us type of thing. That type of shit. Every black program, every code name, he was in charge of all of it, and he has all this knowledge on it. 2011 and 2013 is when things really ramp up, because he moves to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. Has anyone heard of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base? Mm-mm. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he is in charge of 11,000 employees and $4.4 billion worth of scientific acquisitions and research. All right. He finally retires 34 years later in 2013 as a major general. So this guy who's now missing, completely vanished, had all these credentials. I'm skipping half of his freaking credentials here, but when he moves to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Wright-Patterson in 1947, during the Cold War, or about to be the Cold War, kind of in the throes of it, was the biggest controversy ever, because in Roswell, New Mexico, there was a unidentified object, which was later deemed a weather balloon, that had crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. Everyone knows that story. Mm-hmm. The remnants of what was in that spacecraft were moved to Dayton, Ohio, at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. That's the connection. That's where everyone in the UFO community knows that that's where the aliens are kind of being kept, from the crash from Roswell.
So they're not really at Area 51. They're in Ohio. Well, those aliens. Okay,
this is kind of getting a little. Let me just kind of go through this here. This was the home to Project Blue Book, which everyone heard about. That's the kind of the expose on what the government was doing. Mm-hmm. So during the Cold War, with the nuclear warheads advancing and nuclear weapons, the common thought is that when we launched the first nuke in White Sands, New Mexico, that gamma ray, and I'm not a scientist, but the blast was so powerful that the gamma rays or whatever shot up into the atmosphere, putting a big blinking target on Earth, saying, hey, there's something that's not, there's intelligent life here on Earth. And that kind of got the aliens visiting us. That's why it all happened right at 1947, 1950-ish. Right when we were launching those nukes. Anyway, am I losing anybody?
No.
All right. So, July 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, a rancher, Mac Brazel, finds strange debris across his sheep pasture. And this is in all the papers. The Army issues a press release immediately in July 8th in 1947 that says the following. The many rumors regarding the flying disc had become reality yesterday when intelligence office at the 509th Bomb Group of the 8th Air Force Roswell Army Airfield was fortunate enough to gain possession of a disc. So the Air Force comes out and they say, we have an actual alien disc. But this is before UFOs were like they are now, Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make the waves as it would now because no one just expected it. It's like aliens, okay, whatever.
Right.
Like, it just didn't have that lore built up behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the 40s, before this happened, did people even think about aliens or know that aliens were a possibility, or was this the very first oh my God, what is this disc? Where did it come from? Panic.
This was the first time that it actually was a reported boom, we have something. But if you remember Orville Wright when he did the was it the War of the Worlds when he did that public reading, you remember on the radio
and
everyone
panicked.
People were panicking and literally I don't know if anyone
Welles?
committed.
You mean Orson Welles?
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I'm tired as fuck.
No, I know.
Anyway, so the press release goes out, the papers run it. It never even gets international at this point. It never even leaves the local papers. However, 24 hours later, the Army comes in and changes the story to a weather balloon. And that's where the UFO lore is officially born. Because the government actually contradicted itself. They rushed to put a story out, and then and there's photos. It's a whole fucking thing. I'm not getting into all this shit. Right. Just know that at this point, this man who is extremely intelligent and has been working on all these special black budget projects is now at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base doing their advanced black budget projects.
Right, okay. Which is where they keep the aliens.
Got it.
All right. For decades now, we have firsthand accounts, even recently, as far as 2 years ago, when the UAP task force and the committee was out and the Navy officers were testifying that, yes, they've seen biological matter, substances, alien life being transported. They've seen it. And you've seen all these Air Force pilots coming out and saying that they've seen these orbs, these flying things. We have video of the Tic Tac UFOs. Like, this is all public knowledge. It's all on the internet. Like, you cannot deny the UFO phenomenon exists. Like, we actually have it on video from credible sources, from Navy, satellites and everything. Like, this is a big thing right now. But the testimony from 2 years ago was specifically that these high-ranking intelligence officers have actually seen these biological entities, or at least remnants of these entities, these aliens. And that caused for big talk on a disclosure, what's going to happen here shortly, probably literally in a few years maybe, where the government's going to come out and disclose everything they know to the public. That's the whole thing. Like, they want to disclose aliens exist or not exist or anything that they've ever done with aliens. All they know is going to be a big disclosure event. That's kind of what this whole thing's leading up to.
Okay.
Anyway, that was kind of an overview on that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But in 2016, WikiLeaks posted an email on their website from Podesta. If you remember, Podesta was Clinton's campaign manager. Remember her emails were like from like Gmail or something?
Yep.
She had a hacked Gmail account and
the server.
Or excuse me, the server, whatever. And John Podesta was the email account that was hacked, the Clinton campaign manager. Buried in that archive, which you didn't hear about then, because it was this kind of a buried way down in there.
There was no AI to surface and sift through all the information at that point. Yeah.
Buried way down there was a string of emails that was a relationship that was being cultivated between these U.S. military intelligence officers and a private research group who was also in a punk band, Tom DeLonge. So,
wait,
Tom
like,
DeLonge.
are you joking?
No. He's he's very big on. He's written a book about.
He's written 3 books. They're actually really good. Anyway,
hello there.
Tom DeLonge and his money that he's made from the his music, Blink-182, he put together this To the Stars organization that is pushing disclosure. So he's done a lot of research, and this isn't just a joke. Like, this guy he's serious.
Yeah,
legit.
He's actually the reason we have those UAP videos. Like, he's the reason that they're being pushed out. Him and his private research is doing this. Anyway,
it's kind of impressive, actually.
Yes, it's really impressive. So
what's up, Sable, by the way?
Hey, Sable.
Him and his organization has specifically built this network of retired generals, intelligence officers, aerospace engineers, NASA workers, all these people that came together, and then, boom, now they're on the Podesta email, and you see all the string and the talking between all of them. One of those people was this man, this Neil this 68-year-old man, General Neil McCasland.
Interesting.
Have you heard this?
No. Like I said, I only have read the headline, and now my theories
this
are actually.
Story?
Yes.
What was the headline?
It was like Air Force top secret person missing. And mysteriously vanished from New Mexico home. That's the headline that I have seen. But I don't know anything other than that headline.
But now if he's tied to Clinton.
I'm wondering, was he abducted by aliens? Well, at first I thought he was kidnapped.
Hold on. Let me just get this.
Now I'm thinking maybe
this actually.
Lauren says that he is an alien.
This guy is.
He actually this actually comes. I think it was 8 days after Trump makes a post, and I have it here. I have to go down my research on his Truth Social or whatever. He makes a post that says, "I want to, I'll read it here in a minute." But basically, we're going to release everything. This was right after he makes this post.
We're going to release everything about
UFOs. He's pushing for the full UFO thing.
Got it. Okay.
More UFOs, less Epstein, I think is what is.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure that's exactly what. That is something that Trump would like. Yes, he's mentioned quite a number of times in those Epstein files.
Anyway, the email that was on the server, the hacked Podesta account, says General McCasland is the email subject line. Tom DeLonge is writing this email, and it says, when Roswell crashed, they shipped it to the laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. General McCasland was in charge of that exact laboratory up to a couple years ago. He not only understands my goals, he also helped form my advisory team. He is a very significant figure. In a second email, Tom DeLonge says, he just has to say that out loud, but he is very, very aware as he was in charge of all that stuff. All that stuff.
This is from the 2011 emails.
The 2016 emails.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But all that stuff specifically means. So here's what happened.
He knows all the things about aliens.
If you 100% agree and believe the alien crash of Roswell in 1947, The spaceship crashed. Actually, 2 of them collided, apparently, into each other, crashed. The story comes out. We found a disc. They redacted. The Army comes in, redacts it. No, this was a weather balloon. Now they got to move that evidence out. And this is before the internet. So, like, you're not going to have researchers knowing this is happening.
Right. Wolfie says, does he know all the small things about the aliens? Way to work in a Blink-182 joke in there. That's good.
But the government, the Army specifically, and the Air Force combined, their task at this point is to move all of this material out of Roswell to a location that no one is ever going to find, and that's fucking in Ohio.
Yeah, who's going to really look
of
there?
all things, Dayton, Ohio. Which, what's what was the lemon pound cake? Where is that from?
That is also in Ohio.
I know.
Afro-Man's in Ohio.
Ann County? Or
Adams.
Adams County, Ohio.
Yeah.
So these kind of are related. All right.
Anyway, we can work in Afro-Man into the conversation we would like to.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that case. I need to look into it.
All right,
we would have talked about it, but John said that there's just so many copyright things. Like if you were to, you can't play portions of the songs.
Yeah, I can't play any songs.
It's fair. It's fair. Fair reason.
But if you haven't got into the Afro-Man thing, holy shit, that is a wild ride.
He showed me a whole bunch of videos yesterday morning. I was like, wow, these are actually really great songs also.
Because he made music videos of the police officer. All the police officers have their own videos. Like Lick 'em Lisa Phillips.
It's really funny.
Like,
well,
it's fucking nuts.
Well, we'll get into that. Yeah.
In 2017, Tom DeLonge founded the To the Stars Academy, which was helped by McCasland to do this. Because here's the thing. So if the government comes out and is like, or the Air Force comes out and says, okay, we've had aliens, here they are. No one trusts the government anyway. No one fucking trusts it. But if we get this guy who's a punk rocker, who has his private organization, he's more for the people. Because you can't just be like, aliens exist, and then like go about the day like nothing's going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's why they're leaking these things out year after year.
Isn't that
so it doesn't cause chaos. Right. And, because it upends everyone's
Nobody really seemed
beliefs.
to care after the congressional hearings, though. Like, it really... You know what I mean? There wasn't that much of a crazy reaction.
Well, wasn't that part of the reason that like he was out of Blink-182 is because he was like everyone thought he was like crazy, or is that Mark? I'm confused. Which one is which?
I don't know.
No, Mark had cancer.
Oh, no, but so Tom was the one that was like they were like you're not in this band anymore.
He is in that band. What are you talking about?
I think they got back together, but wasn't they all went their separate ways. They broke up for a bit.
Yeah.
They all did other projects. I remember Boxcar Racer. That was a fucking great band. Yep. They only had one album, but it was like, what the fuck?
Was Angels and Airwaves them too?
Angels and Airwaves, yeah, that was them. But I think it was like a different drummers. I don't know. Anyway, the WikiLeaks email drops in 2016. Now this guy, McCasland, is known. Okay. He didn't say anything to the media. He's always been silent about this stuff. But
they have literally a front man for it. Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's what we're dealing with at this point. No one knows where this guy is yet. Probably will never find him. But there's a couple theories. Okay, his wife did come out and say that she kind of made a little, not a joke. All right, she said that, quote, however, no sightings of a mothership hovering above the Sandia Mountains have been reported. That's what she gives in her statement. Mm. She's also a highly qualified scientist as well in her own right. But she was kind of making a joke. Not really, but kind of getting the pressure off because she's getting a lot of newspapers asking her if aliens abducted her husband, right? Anyway, Susan Wilkerson, the wife, begins speaking right when the husband goes missing. Neil does not have any special knowledge about ET bodies and debris from the Roswell crash stored at Wright Pat. The ET bodies don't exist. Well, she didn't, excuse me. Her exact statement is, Neil does not have any special knowledge about the ET bodies and debris from the Roswell crash stored at Wright Pat. So she's not saying that the bodies don't exist or that there's no debris or anything. She's just saying that her husband which he wouldn't be able to tell her anyway because, he's sworn to secrecy, has no knowledge of it. All right.
Well, she said no special knowledge.
Her special knowledge. Yeah, she said special knowledge.
So that doesn't mean he doesn't know. It just means that, like, he does anything that would have been differently released to people that were involved.
Yeah. Then she says, though at this point, with absolutely no sign of him, maybe the best hypothesis is that aliens beamed him up to the mothership. However, no sightings of a mothership hovering above the Sandia Mountains have been reported. That's what she says. Mm-hmm. All right. But so this case right now, there's a News Nation. News Nation is big into releasing and helping spread the word about these UAP sightings. We've done it on headlines. Like, we always kind of look at News Nation. Mm-hmm. They're really unbiased, but they really focus on the UAP stuff. News Nation, they have an investigative journalist, Ross Coulthart, and this guy was interviewed, and he actually knew McCasland a little bit. He's been to his house, all this. He'll say this in the interview, but he says, quote, that the fact that General Neil McCasland has disappeared at the time of this narration of the face of the earth is a grave national security crisis for the United States of America. If anyone knows the darkest secrets of the UAP legacy program, it's Major General Neil McCasland.
Wow.
He also pointed out a good point, and I was watching his interview with him. He said that even if it has nothing to do with aliens or the government wanted to snatch him up because they think he's going to talk, right? He's got all this knowledge about all this shit. He could spill the beans or whatever.
Yeah, but he's also trained not to.
I know, but he's also 70 years old, so he's getting kind of frail and his memory's not serving him right type of things.
Saying, yeah.
So, like, the government could grab him up to keep him quiet. But also, he's got not only knowledge on UAPs and all kinds of satellite imagery, this guy has knowledge on every special black book project that has ever existed. He has literally been in charge of them. He knows everything. This guy's brain has information that other countries like Russia or China would love to have.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's something international. Like, how well did they vet their handyman?
That's the first thing I thought of, and no one talks about the handyman at all. I don't even think the police reached out to the handyman. I've found on no news sites where even any of the newscasters are asking about who the handyman was, who the repairman was.
See, that was my first thought.
Yeah, because you do true crime all the time. Well, that's my first thought, too. There's been no statement issued whatsoever about who the handyman is or if they even vetted or looked into the handyman, the repairman.
Interesting.
Because that is coincidental.
True crime 101 for
exactly.
For
it's
all
like
of us
the
over
first
here.
fucking thing I thought of. And then I looked it up. No one, you don't even hear about it on the message board. No one's even asking about the fucking handyman. No one even talks about this case, to be honest. It's really not popular.
Is that on purpose? Like, the government does not want the population to realize?
No, it's just the news isn't covering because no one's going to watch this. No one cares about this stuff.
Well,
you don't think that's intentional?
What if?
How would it be intentional?
What if the government?
Hush. Exactly. Let's cycle up a new story. Push this one down.
No, any news organization can push this stuff, and with the power of the internet, like, you can make it as popular as you want. But the general sentiment from the American population is we care more about what freaking Kardashian is doing or whatever than this shit.
I think that there is some intention behind what headlines get popular and what doesn't, personally.
Well,
that may sound like very conspiracy theorist, but
what if the government, like, what if he went willingly? What if the handyman was just a front, or like, and he went willingly with the handyman, and that's why,
or
it's
with
been
whoever.
quiet.
Or
anyway.
I was thinking maybe he was abducted by an alien.
Let me kind of get into this. I am not a scientist, and I tried to look through all this shit, and it's most of it's over my head. But there's a Twitter account that is supposedly linked to him because the day he goes missing is the day this Twitter account the Twitter account stops posting. And the Twitter account is TMB Spaceships from Twitter. Let me show you the.
While you're pulling that up, though, but like not to sidetrack or anything, but going off of my last thought, like you said, this was February 12th.
This is the guy right here. February 27th.
February 27th. When did we go to war with Iran? When was the first day?
Day or the day before.
So maybe they hooked him because he has so much knowledge about.
So they're holding him hostage?
No. He's not being held hostage.
So he can't even talk to his wife?
He's being kept safe.
Then why wouldn't his wife be kept safe?
Because she doesn't know the same things that he does.
If you're going to keep him safe and someone wants to get him, they're just going to go right after his wife. What are you talking about?
I get where she's going. She's saying that this was a preemptive. The government it has taken him, and
because they knew that we were going to war with Iran,
like witness protection shit.
They knew that we were going to war with Iran, and they knew that he was going to be. And because Iran is aren't they tied with Russia and China? Mm-hmm. So not to be all I'm not a conspiracy theorist,
it's a theory.
But like if like this may have been preempted. How like what date did we invade Iran?
It was right.
It was right around there. Mm-hmm. So he vanishes with no trace of him. There's nothing going in and out because he went willingly
in and out.
Maybe he had a bunker under his house. Maybe, who knows? But like, I think that maybe he went willingly and he's being kept safe.
Anyway, to
protect American data.
This is
interesting.
No, if he knows so much, so if you're that high up and you got that much knowledge, you're being snuffed out. Same with the Phil Schneider case. Same with all these other whistleblowers. This isn't the only guy that's been killed recently. I think there's been like 4 or 5 high-level scientists that have been snuffed out, all suicides. Like even young people.
He's currently still missing. We don't have a body.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm just saying.
So this is what he would post on his Twitter. So if you see his Twitter page says electric propulsive spacecraft systems, and it says retired 38-year-old active duty U.S. Air Force, yada yada yada. And there's no one, there was only like 500 people, 300 followers on this thing. But he would post stuff like he saw this in the cockpit of an airplane. It was one of the orbs, and he is showing how the aliens, basically, how the UAPs can go up, down, sideways, and fly at the speed of light.
Right.
So basically, if you read all his Twitter posts and everything else, he's saying it's some sort of anti-gravity that they're doing. He's like basically making a black hole and like putting it around their spaceship so there's no gravity so they can travel as fast as they want. And he's drawing out all this stuff like fluorescent ionized gas.
This poster, we don't know for sure that it's this person, but
it's
stopped.
It's him. Dissipative trailing relaxation zone, like helium emission spectra, yellow fluorescent gas atmosphere, corona. I haven't had one of those in a while. But so he's doing all this stuff on his Twitter, and then the Twitter goes silent. So everyone thinks it's him. And it might not be, but, probably is. He's posting stuff like this where it says, the radius for it's basically how these UAPs travel so fast. That's kind of what he's doing. He's an expert at this stuff. And he's explaining it on the internet. No one's even. There's only 3,000 subscribers at the time. Like that's nobody, Anyway,
I don't know if that would be him. I'm gonna put out my doubt that it's him manning that Twitter page.
His final post was an hour before he goes missing. Just saying. The repairman leaves the house at 10:30 a.m. and his last post was at 10:38 a.m. Susan walks in the door at 11:10 a.m. The account has posted nothing since. Since he started the account in 2022, he's got over 1,600 posts on it. He would have posted by now. The person would have posted by now. They should just reach out to Elon and see who it is.
Anyway. Sorry. Dropped my phone out of my pocket.
Shame.
I'm not going to get into the science stuff because I don't know it, but it's a lot of science stuff. Anyway, September 2nd, 2025, 5 months before General McCasland vanishes, this Twitter page posts a little blurb that has nothing to do with flying saucers and the emission system and all this stuff. It has to do with a friend of his, an Army Major General John Rossi, who died on July 31st, 2016 in Alabama. He was 2 days away from his promotion to Lieutenant General, and he was also 2 days from accepting the command at U.S. Army Space and Missile Defense Command. He was found hanged. His official Army ruling was suicide. And the cause was, quote, severe lack of sleep, job anxiety, and imposter syndrome.
That's a real thing.
And he posted on the Twitter account that, quote, Rossi was killed because of an incident reported to the Pentagon Instagram that he would not transfer nuclear weapons to private hands in an attempted nuclear weapons theft from Fort Sill. This is all crazy shit. Anyway, he said that he's shit. He says he does not believe that Rossi committed suicide. That's what he says. Another
Wolfie said if he's Italian, it's actually imposter syndrome. You're on it with the puns today, Wolfie. Good job.
Another engineer, an aerospace engineer, this is 9 months before June 2025, disappears while hiking in the Los Angeles area. She was on a trail with a hiking partner, and he was 30 feet behind her, and then he looks up at the trail, and she's no longer there. This was broad daylight. She's nowhere to be found. Her name was Monica Riza. She worked on a U.S. government-funded rocket materials project that McCasland was overseeing at the time. So
wait, so he was 30 feet behind her?
Yeah, and looked up, and she was no longer there. There was extensive...
Like, how is... Like, if he was behind her, like, where was he looking that she just disappeared? Oh, he looked up and...
I don't know, Jen. I don't know. That's crazy. There's a lot, all right?
It is a lot. No, I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying that's...
A lot of these people go missing.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're beamed up. And honestly, if we have the technology to do that, then we could easily just beam someone up, you know?
I read somewhere that teleportation is closer to what we think it is.
We already have teleportation, technically. You can teleport an electron... Well, it's not teleportation. I used to read all the science stuff, but Einstein had postulated a theory that if you take two electrons that are linked and separate them an infinite amount of distance, if you move one, the other one will correspond no matter the distance. And that's been proven. Mm-hmm. Like, we've done tests where we would take one particle that was linked with another one, let's say in Switzerland, and we would move it, the electron, and the other one would simultaneously move in the opposite direction across all that distance.
But what happens if
that's basically teleportation.
Yeah, but what happens if like an electron in your body is linked to an electron in Switzerland and one is linked to an electron in Africa and they both get moved at the same time? Does your body get split in half?
Yeah, that's how it works, Jen. Yep. Did you
teleportation would have been my, like, if you had a superpower, teleportation was always mine.
Do you remember the Phil Schneider case?
Yes.
When we talked about the Philadelphia experiment?
Yes.
Oh,
the ship that moved from one to another.
You were sleeping.
It's possible that she was not present for the recording. That's potential.
The Philadelphia experiment.
I think she was here.
The Philadelphia experiment.
The
Philadelphia experiment is this real case that the Navy has been denying forever.
Oh wait,
actually, if you go on their website, they still deny it. Although they've released documents that say that it was a project at the time. It's called the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh wait, I do remember this.
They were trying to teleport a battleship. Mm-hmm. I forgot what the battleship was, but apparently they were successful. And
wasn't it the USS Philadelphia?
Yes.
Oh, man, fuck you. Whatever. Anyway, they teleported it. And
just saying.
I remember at one point, there was even a shitty movie about it. But
yeah,
they teleported it to another Like it was in the ocean, and then it ended up in Egypt or something, and like half the crew was like fused with the fuselage.
Yeah.
Like half their body was sticking out or whatever. If you believe in all that shit, like that was in the 50s.
That we talked about that in the Phil Schneider case because wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was. His dad, this guy Phil Schneider, who was in the government doing all these black budget projects. His dad was in charge of it or something.
That's right.
And like apparently we did teleport things. We just couldn't control where they went. You know,
putting everything back together is the challenge.
Yeah.
In teleportation.
Yeah.
Wolfie says her superpower would be to snap her fingers and her car would find better parking, but her villain power would be snap her finger and instantly give someone a flat tire. But I would say you want to make sure you give them 3 flat tires, because if you give them 4 flat tires, they can go through insurance and get them paid for. So if you want to just minorly inconvenience someone, 1 flat tire is fine, but if you really want to majorly inconvenience them, 3.
Yeah, because there's no way they could just flatten one other tire and have all 4 flattened.
Way to ruin it, man.
You know, if you really want a better parking space, you got to use the secret. I used it one time.
I remember we were driving to the Mexican restaurant.
I know, and I was like, I'm currently using the secret, thinking of a parking space, and someone pulled out right in front.
That's right.
I haven't been to that Mexican restaurant in forever, but I like the ducks.
Right. On February 20th, 2026, 7 days before he disappears, President Trump posted on Truth Social. He directed the U.S. government to release files on, quote, alien extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs, and unidentified flying objects. All right. The same week, the U.S. government purchases the domain name alien.gov.
That's a thing?
Interesting.
I don't know. What the fuck?
They purchased it. They may not have any content yet, but they're getting ready. Alien.gov. Damn, you should have got that domain and sold it to them.
No, you can't. You can't register a .gov domain. Oh, it's what the fuck? Stupid government. They're probably monitoring this.
You're next.
Probably.
You've been warned.
We do live out in the middle of nowhere now, so we just suddenly get beamed up.
One of the lizard people is gonna come from the gator and abduct him and pull him under.
Alien.gov. Nope, doesn't exist. I mean, they definitely bought it, but it's not there.
Fascinating.
All right, so the big thing with the disclosure, and I know Steven Spielberg is in it too. He's going to release a movie, I think this year, called Disclosure 2.
Cool.
So maybe they are going to do, like, people think that they're going to do it this year. The government's just going to be like, aliens exist, here's the proof, here's an alien right here. Look at his big old dong or whatever. It's like, I'm an alien type of shit, you know? They're going to just do that. So they may.
I wonder if if it's just going to be timed to distract something else, something bigger, you know?
Well, this is the 250th anniversary of the country's founding, so that's a gift they could give us.
Founding by the Europeans or all the Indians that we slaughtered when we got here?
I said the country's founding, not the continent. Because
I'm pretty sure that all the Native Americans founded it hundreds of years before we did.
You're right. I mean, you're not wrong.
It's the formation of America.
Of the United States of America, the country. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, to wrap it up, we don't know where this guy is. They canvassed 700 homes, 80 tips. They've researched every one of them.
Just a tip?
Resources deployed: FBI, Albuquerque Field Office, Air Force Office of Special Investigations, the Sheriff's Office, police departments, New Mexico Search and Rescue, K9 drones, helicopters with FLIR thermal cameras. This guy does not exist on the map anymore, I'm telling you. On March 7th, they found a gray U.S. Air Force sweatshirt about 1.5 miles east of his home. No blood on it, and his family could not confirm it was his or not.
They didn't test for DNA?
No, I guess not. They probably put it in their evidence file, and now it's gone.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's so easy to test for DNA now. Why didn't they do that?
I mean, I don't know.
Because they're not trying to give us the truth because they have him.
Yeah, probably. On March 7th, cadaver dogs deployed to a canyon that he hikes found a possible alert, but there were high winds that day and made confirmation impossible.
So they didn't go another day?
No.
Excuses, right?
Other things that were confirmed missing is his .38 caliber revolver, a wallet, his red backpack, and a leather holster.
That's weird.
So, yeah, that's basically him. His Silver Alert is still active. To wrap it up, I mean, this guy is like, he's got more knowledge on not only aliens and if they exist and if he's seen them and what we're doing with them. That's just like the forerunner, but all the other stuff, the black budget projects, like the nuclear weapons and all that stuff is in the black budget, you know? Mm-hmm. That's why we don't want Iran building nukes, because we're sure as fuck ain't building them. You know, we can't have other countries building them if we're not building them, right?
We are building them, though.
Oh, I know. It's kind of like sarcastic.
I was just going to say, we are.
You know? So he has knowledge on all this stuff. So it could be, I don't know where he's at. That's just.
Do you think
I don't think it's an accident, or like it seems
targeted?
Yes.
Do you think that like our country is trying to befriend the aliens so that they can attack other countries?
Wouldn't put it past us. You know? Seems on brand.
Because where are the reports of aliens in other countries and other parts of the world?
There have been alien sightings in other countries.
Okay.
Yeah, we've kicked out a lot.
We're just like obviously super popular, so
yeah.
You know.
Oh,
we've
no.
We've covered a couple cases.
How about Brazil? It's the most cited UFO spot on the planet. Brazil has the craziest cases, and they actually get probed there. They suck their blood out. You ever seen that case, the Guadalajara?
We did it on
subject. There's a guy that was found in the Guadalajara
Snatched
canyon. He was I did it on my other podcast, Snatched, which is not a lesbian podcast. It's abduction
not
podcast.
Talking about hoo-has.
But this guy was sucked. Every blood vessel in his body was sucked out through a tiny hole. Like I think it was in his stomach. Everything, his brain, all of his organs were sucked out of a tiny hole. Everything. He was just a shell of a human. And like the cattle mutilations are the same way. Like the cattle. If you watch Skinwalker Ranch, all that stuff is crazy. Like cattle mutilations are a real thing.
Yeah.
They'll find these cattle that are like half mutilated, and a lot of them, they have their organs like sucked out. Like they're nowhere to be found. There's no blood anywhere. It's like someone just takes a big old vacuum and just sucks all that shit right out. I mean, that's kind of what it is.
Don't like that.
So, I mean, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know where this guy is, but he probably dead, to be honest.
I think he's alive. I think the government has him.
I am definitely curious what comes out, if anything, about his whereabouts in the future.
I don't know.
If there's any news, we should definitely do an update on him.
But as far as like all the Air Force guys saying that they've seen biologics, and you know, we have all these TikTok videos and UAPs and all this stuff. It's kind of crazy. Did you see the video of the UAP getting hit by a Hellfire missile?
No.
They shot this UAP. It was flying like 800 miles an hour or something, just something crazy. They have it on camera, and the Navy, I think, shoots a Hellfire missile, which is a big old. My dad used to shoot these things out of his Apache. We used to have a shell of one, and they're huge, like this big. Mm-hmm. You shoot this thing, and it impacts it directly head on, or not head on, but on the side, and this missile just freaking tears apart, and that thing just doesn't even skip a beat.
Wow.
It's like, what the fuck?
Super crazy.
And like no one can explain that. I read this one book about the CIA guy who was in charge of all this stuff. His book Imminent that came out, he says, and he goes through like all this stuff. He was in CIA. He did like remote viewing. All this stuff he's saying is legit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he says that the reason that we haven't disclosed any of this, which is all real, is because the highest levels of government, even the people like McCasland, are above him, because there's people above him that you never hear of.
Right.
They seriously think it's demons. That's where the country is. It's not aliens, it's demons.
Didn't J.D. Vance just say that?
That's how fucking...
He just said something about that. I saw that headline.
That's how brainwashed this fucking whole world is, to think it's demons instead of fucking aliens. Just flying around demons. Like, this is the guy, like, ahead of all these projects is like, yeah, this is what the people think is just demons. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, just to play devil's advocate, not to be punny or anything, but, like, it could be.
Well, so
who's to say that they are friendly? So like, what if they're not?
The biggest thing is, like, you would have to travel, and for an alien to get here, they'd have to travel faster than the speed of light, or it would take 10,000 years,
right?
You know, to get from the nearest inhabitable planet or wherever. Maybe their spaceship is on an asteroid or whatever. It would take a very long time. So, like, people can't wrap their head around that. Well, maybe... You know, there's no alien traveling thousands of years to get here just to check it out.
They're having a hard time with the science. Well, the science also kind of makes it a challenge based on what we know today. But it's our
science, not their science.
That's what this guy was researching, how fast these things can go. You know, and these things, you see them go 800 miles an hour and just stop in midair and then go up, down, like, and then just freaking go crazy.
Yeah.
They know things that we don't.
Yeah. I mean, if you would have pulled out a cell phone in the 1800s, people would have thought that was black magic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. Like, if you have travel faster than speed light now, like, we would think it's black magic or something. We think it's witchcraft.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's just technology.
Or whatever.
Anyway, that's the story on that one.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I haven't been putting out the podcast episodes. I think we're going to go kind of exclusively to YouTube. So I'll put these episodes out publicly after we record them. But I hope you guys are cool with that, because like, we're doing this for the people on the live stream now.
You peeps. Thanks for being here live.
Yeah. So we're going to take like 5 minutes or whatever and then jump right back in.
Quick intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be right back. And if you guys want to be here, we'll be here. We look forward to seeing you. So that's all I got. Be right back.
I'm going to go get those things because I bought them for today and I forgot.
Is it non-alcoholic?
No,
like something?
It's alcoholic. It's
cool.
It's beach juice, it's called, I think.
Ooh, I like the name.
The beat box, like wine.
Fun. It sounds fun.
Yeah, the tropical